I walked in tonight, I came a little early because I was hoping the heat was on and I could get a spot. And I looked at the program and I saw my name on the program. And I said, oh, I have taken last year's program. So I went to close it and looked again, and I saw Miss Wilkinson's name. I said, oh, something's wrong. Something's terribly wrong. And Reverend McPherson says, shortly afterwards, so, did Dan, let you know that this is happening? Which, of course, the answer is no. So, I first off just want to remind us all that it takes a village to raise a 33-year-old son. I would like every mother here to promise me that when you see him, let him know don't do this to your mother. That being said, I don't feel too terribly nervous, because being asked to say something about something that I love as much as I love this isn't hard. And if I were to give you a history and name dates, I just would have to go and sit down right now. I can't remember what date it was last Wednesday. Don't know what I did, when it was, or I can't tell you any dates. But I can tell you about people, because people is what really matters.
Yeah.
And you all know and you all love the people who are responsible for this happening. You know and remember that the first is Miss Cleo Lind.
Yes.
And when I think of her, especially when I think of Dr. Martin Luther King in the same thought, I think of courage. I think of how she began something when she started at that time we called it a march. And we started the march, and we had people meet in the square and then march over here at a time when it was not the thing to do. When nobody was saying, great idea, let's all do this together. It was scary. It wasn't just about what are the white people going to say. It was, black people said, I don't know, I don't feel very comfortable about this. Which makes me think of Dr. Martin Luther King, who reminded us so many times that the measure of a person and the measure of courage is not where you stand in times of comfort and convenience. It's where you stand up in times of difficulty and turmoil and discomfort.
That's right.
That lady didn't mind being uncomfortable. And I think if there's one thing that she taught us all, it's that we can't get comfortable. Even though we got used to the march and that became a routine and that became part of it, times went on, issues went on, things changed, and we all know we can't afford to be comfortable. We have to be ready to be uncomfortable. So from her role in this history, I hope we will remember that. I hope we will find times of discomfort a challenge to us and not something that we want to shun and step back. Second lady that we all remember, who drilled into us how important it is to become everything we can be, was our dear Mary Dunn. She pushed education, and she pushed polishing yourself, making yourself the best you can be, letting yourself shine. Not to show how great you are, although that was good, but to let Christ shine in you.
That's right.
To let you help the people around you shine. And when I was doing something with Mary Dunn, I felt like I was shining. Just being around her. She did that to me. And I want us to remember always that part of our history, be everything you can be. When I think of Mary and I think of Dr. King in the same sentence, I think of him saying to us, I cannot be everything I am called to be until you are called to be everything that you are called to be. And it works the other way too. This is a community, not just this church, not just this town, not just this state. I mean, we are a community. We are all called to be everything we can be, and we all have an obligation to clear the road, to level the playing field, to get rid of the obstacles, so that everyone can be called to be who they're called to be, and they have access to those opportunities. That's what I remember when I remember Mary. And then our dear Anna Lois, probably loved more than just about anybody we know. The love was too much to stay in her, too much to stay in her daughters, too much to stay in her street, in her community, and in her church. Every one of us remember driving by the square some night and hearing the music rolling down the window. And the first thing we'd say is, I gotta find a parking spot. that was, I need to be a part of this. And the beautiful way she had of taking away your defenses when you needed to grow. You know, we have all grown, and when I am faced with an opportunity, the first thing that pops right up for me are my wonderful defenses. Wait a minute, I'm not a bad person. Wait a minute, I don't say that, I don't do that, I don't get... Well, she was able to say to us, and especially to me, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Racism has hurt us all, each one of us in different ways. Those of us who grew up knowing privilege, we knew it, we didn't even know. We just took it for granted that this was the opportunity that was there for everyone. It took a loving Anna Lois to sit me down and say, honey, no, you know, you're a wonderful person, but listen, let me show you something. And I learned a little bit. I have so much more to learn. But thinking of Anna Lois in the same thought with Dr. Martin Luther King, I think of how he said that hate cannot dispel darkness, no matter how hateful the world is, no matter how evil and how unjust the world is, or the country is, or the state is, or what's going on in my neighborhood or my school. Only love can do that. And wasn't that her? You know, that's what she was. She was only love. And in her time with us, that's what she taught us. So, I think, you know, without giving you times in history, and I think I would just say, there's a song that tells us that we are standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before us. Those three ladies certainly did come before us, and we are certainly standing on their shoulders. But I bet you, if you look around right now, you will see somebody upon whose shoulders you stand. Somebody who paved a way for you. Somebody who made the path clear for you. And I guess what we need to remember when we think about history is that those people are sitting beside us. They are in our family. They are in our neighborhood. They are in our schools. And most importantly, I hope we feel when we listen to what's going to be shared with us soon, I hope we leave here feeling uncomfortable. I hope we leave here feeling challenged.
That's right.
Not just, oh, wow, isn't it wonderful? We're all going to love each other. But, ew, you know, I hope we feel a little bit uncomfortable.
That's right.
That happened. That might have been my great-grandfather. that might have been something that I was silent about. That might have been something that I never really pushed and tried to teach other people. You know, I hope we feel that discomfort, and I hope we remember the courage that it takes to stand up in times of discomfort. So I guess it's with those thoughts that I would share the history of where we've been before, and remind us that once we feel that discomfort and face that discomfort, we build our own shoulders. And people behind us are going to stand on our shoulders someday, sooner than we think. So may God bless us all and help us get ready to hear these wonderful words.
Amen.